Welcome to my shaping room. Let's do this. Roll. Let me show you where we're at. A lot thinner now. We're starting to get there. Tail is seriously getting there. We're going to do some horizontal sanding. I want to keep it flat on the bottom so the water runs off fast.
6.5 hours later.
So much dust in the room. I shaped the rails, I put the tail shape in, and I've pretty much covered the entire board with 180 grit sandpaper and started doing it with 240 grit. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed with how well it's gone, how smoothly it's gone, because this is my first board and the board is just coming together. Goal today is get the fin boxes cut. So the priority is set up the machine correctly. Some dead flies. Cut these little slots so these pieces will go in now. Center box, 3 washers. Okay, so it's a little bit split around the edges on the inside, but the top line's actually mostly okay, so I'm just going to fit the box in and see. Oh yeah, once it's got some glue in there, it'll be absolutely fine. I'm going to use some 400 grit. This is even finer, and I expect it to get like the finishing grade of sanding before glassing. So I read online, life hack is if it's a bit cold, you just throw it in the microwave for a minute. So that's what I did. It's kind of warm. Now I am going to paint the design on the bottom before I get it ready to glass. The design for this board is just going to be still fasten new SFTY on the bottom. Today is the day. We're finally going to glass the board. That's why I'm wearing these awful clothes. Let me show you. Clothes I don't mind getting epoxy on. The board is now dry. It turned out really well, except the underneath obviously is a total mess because I've never done this before, so there's lots of drippy bits that don't have any epoxy, and also just like random lumpy, spiky stumps. I need to sand all of that, and then I can get a double coat put on top.
Hours later.
We now have the rails and the edges of the overlap super smooth. As you can see here, there's some exposed fiberglass, but as soon as there's resin put on this will be grand. I'm going to be doing a double layer on the top, so 6-ounce cloth for the first piece, which will be the width of the board, and then 4-ounce cloth, which will wrap around the side of the board. Printed a logo patch, so we're going to stick that in. Going to put that between two of the layers. It is now glassed, far from perfect. Get out of my surfboard.
Hello. What's going on here?
Yeah, it was like, so some of the material bunched up here, and then I was like trying to disperse it, but it was very difficult to. So I'm just going to have to basically sand some of those mistakes down. In the last clip you saw me glass the board. As you can see, I don't know, can you see that? Looking over the board, there's a few irregularities, some mistakes, some patches of thicker resin, and some stuff I'm not very happy with. Let's get to work, we're back at it. yesterday I put the final layer of fiberglass on the board. It wasn't perfect, but it was pretty good and it looks pretty nice. The sanding and the hot coating is what's going to save the board and make it good. All the defects can be sanded out. I also have to hot coat the bottom, and then I'll do what's known as a glass coat, which is a super thin coat with thinned liquid. I'll use thinner, and that's that shiny finish you see on the surfboards in the surf shop. Make sure there's no brush fibers on the board when you glass it with the hot coat. It's been about an hour now. I'm going to peel the paper off before it gets completely stuck onto the board.
2,000 years later.
The board is now completely finished, but essentially I went through all the grades of sandpaper. I sanded from 240 up to 400, 600, 800, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, and then I polished it, as you can see here. Sounds like a new surfboard.
Oh Jesus.
Ready to go to the beach? Woo! It's only taken me November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. She's ready to surf.
Because if you do that, that's all going to be there and it'll rip through the bottom of it.
Okay.
Oh man, I cannot wait for a wave on that thing. It's going to be perfect today. It's the perfect board for the wave we're going to. It's a really nice board, you, and honestly I don't think you realise how well shaped it is for your first board. There's just this awesome feeling of being able to surf a board I made myself, and that's the best part of the whole thing. I absolutely love that. How was it? Fun. Yeah. You like that board? Yeah, I want one. Nice.